What is up, new players? I was asked to do a guide for new players coming into the game because of Overlord. This is something that's happening. People are that psyched about this collab and about this character that they're coming in and making a Langrisser account. It's not a bad idea either, right? This guy is pretty badass, and I will quickly explain to you why it's not a bad idea to join the game. Hoping to get this character, because first of all, you can grind this guy out right now real easy. Second of all, well, look at him, he's a badass, right? He doesn't just look cool, he's very powerful, and you can just get him right now. He's an SSR hero you can grind out. And I guess the third most important thing is the faction groups that he belongs to. Dark Reincarnation has many faction buffers. You can get Basil fairly easy, Licorice Girl, right? You can get both of them. You'll probably have to pull them a little bit later, but Basil's on a lot of banners that you can get fairly easy to be a faction buffer. Then we have Heroes of Time. Heroes of Time has a faction buffer that's a free character. So you are guaranteed to have a faction buffer for this character as long as you get Angelica and you unlock her just from playing the game. So there's your guaranteed faction buffer. You can also get Yusuke if the Yu Yu Hakusho collab ever comes back. And you can most definitely, where is he? You can get Joshua when the Trails in the Sky collab comes back. Joshua and Estelle, they do come back around. They've been back around before, I believe, and they will be back again. Also, this faction group, typically they will drop new faction buffers as well as the game goes on, because this is just like Heroes of Time is the crossover hero faction group. If you actually look at all these heroes, here's the Yu Yu Hakusho heroes, here's the Sakura Wars heroes, these are all collabs and like special heroes. So it's nice because you can use a buffer that you can just grind out in the game. Because anybody that starts playing Langrisser quickly realizes that these faction groups are important, because one of your heroes can throw a buff, it's a huge buff, and you know your other team gets that buff as long as they are within these factions. These are the biggest buffs in the game. A lot of new parties, they might even have to split factions. You might have to run a few characters that are this faction and a few characters that are this faction, if that's what you got. So this guy fits in well because, like I said, he's in Dark Reincarnation, which has a ton of different heroes in it, and a lot of them are easy to get. And Heroes of Time is going to give him a faction buffer that you can grind out. Same thing with the other heroes that are on this banner. If you manage to pull Shaltir or Albedo, which are absolutely amazing heroes to go with this guy, you will have a faction buffer, Angelica, for them. And she's pretty cool, right? She actually works pretty well as a faction buffer because she throws that buff, and then she can make little creations. She can summon little golems and keep herself out of harm. That way nothing happens to your faction buffer. So she can do some cool stuff. But she is faction buffing for a lot of very powerful heroes in here. This is why this is one of my favorite faction groups. I absolutely love these heroes. A lot of them are specialized, just like this guy is. So as far as his abilities, he gets pretty awesome skills. He gets a good talent. His awakened ability, Wishing Upon a Star, is really impressive because it's like 3 different things. So when you tap on this in game, you get an option of 3 different things to do. He can give himself wings, so he can move 5 blocks a turn like a flyer. He can heal himself, and there's like a destructive spell in here too. It's really cool. Like, this guy gets a lot because he's on top of having all 3 of these in his arsenal. He's also going to have whatever else you put on him. Alright, so you're going to have some other sort of magical attack and probably some awesome passive ability. And he does have one of the best. When forced into battle, has a 30% chance to trigger, decreases enemies' damage by 90%. So if you attack this guy, there's a 30% chance that he's only going to take 10% of the damage that you do. That is very amazing for a mage to have. It's a great, cheap little passive, and it's pretty damn gnar. So this guy gets it. And again, you can grind him out easy. So that's the next thing that we're going to talk about. This is what I've been asked to do. People just don't know how. They want to grind this character out. A lot of them just don't even know where it's at because they're trying to get familiarized with the game. So you have your map here. You go into Secret Realm. It's the second little tab. It's right under Event. Go into Secret Realm. And then the second tab on the right, well, first of all, you got all your dailies here, right? Your daily dragon run, your gym run to work on your troops. If you go to the second tab down that says time limited time event, here you will find the second one, Final Battle, Villainous Will. This is where you can unlock the Overlord antagonist. I don't know, I'm just trying to avoid saying his name. You know what? That's not my strong suit, people. So here's how this works. You run these battles, right? In fact, here. I'll just run one real quick. It's fairly simple. These heroes that say bonus on them, these are heroes that are going to give you a bonus to the amount of grind currency that you're going to get. Okay, so you want to put out as many bonus characters as you can. Right? From here, actually, let's put him out there. Because Basil's going to faction buff. From here, you just want to run this map. What's really cool is you can run this multiplayer. You run this multiplayer, somebody can run you through it if you don't have a very powerful account. See, here's Basil using his faction buff. Everybody just got a lot more stats. This guy's stats went up substantially. He can actually do a little bit of damage. We will throw his AoE, Skyfall. That just looks awesome. Gotta love it. It does more damage to infantry and flyers. Anything that has a large movement, it's going to do more damage to, which is really cool because it hurts a lot of cavalry, flyers, anything that moves fast and far. That ability is going to take him out, and it did. Notice how it didn't kill the Lancer and the Mage, but it took out the flyer that was up here. So that was awesome. Let's see. Here's Matthew kind of doing nothing. Let's see. I believe this girl has... There we go, yeah. Some kind of AoE we can hit him with, right? And this girl's just going to tank for her. Tanks are important. We have an amazing tank, Albedo, up on the banner right now, the summon banner. So the thing is, if you start this game with everything that you manage to grind out, hopefully you don't just get this character that you can grind out, Ulan Goose, which I know I'm saying his name wrong, but hopefully you can actually use some of the in-game lapis that you get to pull some of the heroes that come with him, because they are very potent. Like, this girl's tanking right now. Everybody that attacks, this girl's gonna tank. She's kind of a generic tank. The tank that's on the banner right now is absolutely amazing. She wrecks. She does so much damage. She gets to use her defense as an offensive stat. So when she has 600 defense and you attack her, she retaliates with like 1400 attack. It's ridiculous. So very powerful heroes up in the mix right now. Good time to start the game because you're guaranteed to grind out an amazing mage, and you have a high probability of pulling the other two heroes that come with him. Alright, because if you're starting a new game, you're going to have lots of resources just for playing through the storyline. Okay. So we are at the very end of our little challenge map. Now again, you can play this multiplayer, right? You can play this multiplayer. Here's some of the grind items that we need. We're going to exit out of here. Okay. So then you go into exchange rewards. These are different rewards that you can get. They're all open now. As you can see down here, here are some shards of the new hero that I've gotten. And here's a skin for him. that I have to get. That's right, this is his other form in this game. Instead of running around like a badass skeleton, you can be the Dark Knight with like 2 assassin blades. It's called the Dark Hero skin. It is very badass. I still have to grind that one out. So there's 3 different types of feathers. There's 3 different types of levels, and one of them gets you the dark feathers that you need. The other one gets you these gem things, and one of them gets you umbrellas. When you collect enough of them, you can exchange for things. It's fairly simple, right? Here's this guy again down here. Here's 10 shards of him in here that I already acquired. There's some shards in here under the day 2 tab, and under the 3rd tab, there's shards right here. So it's very easy to grind this guy out. He doesn't take that many resources. In fact, I need to kind of play catch up in here because there's a lot of good stuff in here, especially for a new account. A lot of good stuff in here. You're going to get SSR armor, you're going to get an SSR weapon, right? And just a bunch of materials that you are going to want to power these heroes up. So great event for anyone starting the game. This is how you're going to grind out the hero. There's also special events in here. Special levels that open up. The problem is you're probably going to be too low power for a lot of that, but it doesn't matter how low power you are, because you can go into team, right, and you can join one of these teams, or you can just talk to somebody and ask them if they will help you get through the level. So anybody that has a dedicated account should have no problem getting through one of these level 55 levels and carrying 1 or 2 people if you have developed characters. So, if you need help, if you're getting into this game just to grind out the skeleton, if you're on Emerald Gate server, in fact, I don't even know if these special event maps are divided by servers, but if you're on the Emerald Gate server, you can let me know, and I will run you through these levels. I got no problem doing that. It would probably take me 20-30 minutes, and you would have enough of the materials to unlock this new character. Then you could start working on him. Alright. So, and obviously you're going to want to go through every day, do your dailies. The game will explain how to do all that stuff. But you have, let's see, you have until the 13th. January 13th, this is over. So you have time to get in here and get this guy. You're not going to be expected to do this on day 1. You can spend a few days just leveling up some of the heroes that you get. If you want to go in there and tackle that event and actually, try to contribute to the party, you could do that. Some of those events in there are level 35 levels, so some of those levels that yield a little bit less, you should be able to do as a newer account. But like I said, just get somebody to run you. It'll be easy. If you're on my server, if you need help, Emerald Gate server, leave me a comment, let me know what your name is. I will run, if it's a couple people, I'll get you all together and I'll run you guys through there. That way you guys can unlock him. Alright, and then obviously you go into the summon screen here. This is the banner for Nazarak, okay? Pretty much what you do is, with the resources that you grind out, this is the banner you want to pull on, because these are limited characters. And they're very powerful as well. There's also this banner. I would stay away from this right now. Go for these characters. They have really great synergy together, and they're all part of that faction group. You can get Angelica to faction buff all of them, and they should be able to pretty much carry you through the game. If you want to help yourself out as a new player and you want to spend 20 bucks, let's see. I think there are 2 bundles in here. One is a pull bundle that gives you like 20 pulls for $20. I always make sure to get that, so I'm not going to be able to get it in here again. There's another bundle right now that's a specialty bundle up right now for new players. This would be great. It's called the Celebration Fortune Bag. Okay, so pretty much what this is going to do is let you get shards of any hero that's non-limited in the game. So for 20 bucks, you can get the faction buffer that you want. You could pull Basil out of here, and he could faction buff these other heroes on this banner. So this is going to let you choose specifically which hero you want, and I would suggest getting one that's a faction buffer. I showed you guys how to look those heroes up. They're pretty easy to look up under that little faction tab we were looking at in the beginning. Right? So for 20 bucks, you get a pick of which hero you want. In fact, here's Aries. Aries is a faction buffer for one of the factions that these new characters are in. So you could get this guy. He can faction buff everyone if you don't want to use Angelica. At least the main character, Zulangu. God damn, I can't say his name. Aries is at least going to be able to buff him, right? There's also, I'm sure there's Basil in here if you look around. Basil can buff all of them, right? So there's that. There's also another pack like this for gear. And this is one I actually got. So after you get it, it looks like this. It's called the Crafter's Treasure Trove. If you use it, it's going to let you use one of these. It's a wish bag. This lets you pick any item that you want in the game, any piece of equipment, okay? So, and if you are a new player that wants to kind of cash in and get an awesome piece of equipment, let's see, this is a weapon, this one's armor, this one's a hat, and this one's an accessory. I'll tell you right now, accessories are the hardest items to get in the game. We are limited on the amount of SSR accessories we get, and some of them are very rare. And you can get one of those accessories from here. Apex Battle Boots, I believe they're called, or just the Apex Boots, is a good example of those. They give you +1 to movement and they give you attack. They're highly sought after. They're an accessory. These weapons, armor, and headpiece, you're going to be able to grind those out a lot more effectively in the game. It just seems like there's more of them that drop when you're fighting the dragon. Also, under the store tab, when you go into equipment, okay, every week you're going to be able to buy with the currency that you get from, you know, grinding out the dragon and just playing throughout the game. You're going to be able to buy SSR weapons, you're going to be able to buy armor, and you're going to be able to buy headgear. So you will have access to those. Each one of these produces a random piece of equipment. Do you see anything missing from here? Accessories. You can't do that with accessories, so they become harder and harder to get. And some of the rare accessories, you could play the game for a year or two and still not have some of the rarest accessories. If you go into memory and you extract shards from all the dupes that you get, it does have an SSR accessory slot here. It refreshes in 6 days. You can only get this once a month, okay? So you can get an accessory once a month, a random accessory. You can get headgear, armor, weapons, and you can get those once a month too. But then when you go over to equipment, you can get weapons and headgear and armor twice a week. But you can't get accessories like that. So that's all I'm saying. Pick and choose wisely. In fact, let's go through some of those real quick. Don't want to drag this video out, but I figure this could actually probably help people. If you go into the summon screen, the very top bottom left, it says gallery. You can go into gallery. You can look at different heroes, but we're going to look at equipment, right? So Apex Boots, these are highly sought after accessory. I've been playing this game since day one, and look, I don't even have all of the accessories. I'm missing the Dimensional Jewel, very powerful. Has a chance to decrease the cooldown of your skills by 1. That is very, very useful for mages, pretty much anybody that's trying to spam their magic. It can be a very deadly item. Very hard to get. They hardly ever drop. Same thing with the Apex boots. I had to pull these boots from a banner. I actually threw 50 bucks at it. And that banner's gone. You're not just going to be able to pull these. You're going to have to randomly get them. And that makes them incredibly rare. Some of these other items, they're specific for a hero. You can grind them out in the game. I just don't have them. But I pretty much have everything else except here's another accessory I don't have. Spirit boots. I just never managed to get a pair of these because they're so rare. Everything else I have in the game. All these other items that are blacked out, they're specific items that you can grind out with a different currency, and these are items that can only be equipped to one specific character. That's why I don't have them. But everything else I've managed to get. Yeah, that's for Matthew. Yeah, every other item in the game I've managed to get, and I'm telling you right now, it's harder to get the accessories than anything else. Don't get me wrong, there's weapons that are more rare than other weapons, like the Extreme Magic Bow. But you're probably going to want to get something for the heroes that you are grinding out, that you're going to be using, right? And I would go with a powerful accessory for them, because you're going to have an easier time getting the other stuff for them. Now, that's just personally IMO, my opinion, but you can use these little bundles for anything. But if I was going to spend $20 to have an item, I would make sure that it's a very rare item that you're going to have a hard time getting in this game. And they typically, they do more. They're powerful, right? So, like the Apex boots, they're the only boots that have attack on them. And that takes your end game build to a whole nother level when you're talking about an attack unit. So, because then that unit not only is getting a high attack, but it's getting +1 to their movement, which is very important in this game. So, pick and choose wisely. Those bundles are there if you want to use them to get ahead. Those are pretty much like the 3 bundles that I would look at. The shard bundle for getting, whichever hero you want. That's $20. There's the $20 bundle for any item that you want. And then there is a $20 bundle for like 20 summons. I forget exactly what that thing is called. The huge Trinity voucher bundle. You should see it. It's $20. So that is what I can suggest for anyone that wants to, inject a little bit of cash in their brand new account. That should help them along. So, and other than that, just play through the story, collect all your free lapis. This banner is still up for 19 days. So you're going to have 19 days to grind through the story and get a bunch of lapis. You'll probably pull some of those heroes to go along with your favorite Overlord. Where is he? Where is this guy? Let's finish the vid on him. Yeah. Here it is. Eye on the prize. This is who everybody wants. And it hasn't just... It's been a few people that have asked about this. And I did say I would put this vid up yesterday, but it just got too busy with Christmas and everything. So, sorry if you were waiting on this. But don't worry. You have like 20 days. You have time. But I did want to make a video addressing new players coming over to Langrisser to pull Anz-ul Gaun. That is his damn name, and don't expect me to pronounce it unless it's spelled out in front of me. But yeah, everybody wants this guy, and why not? He's just an awesome looking character. This is a great collab. This is what collabs are supposed to do, bring new players to the game. And I gotta say, Langrisser just has an amazing track record of collabs. They always do them good. We get like a story to play through, stuff to unlock. Definitely has kept me interested in this game, and we've had some of my favorite collabs in here, like Yu Yu Hakusho. I just don't see a Yu Yu Hakusho on other gacha games. Everyone else was doing Secret of Mana. So, yeah, here he is. You guys got time, and if anybody needs help, leave me a comment. I'm on the Emerald Gate server, and we'll see if we can hook up in the game, and I can just run you through those levels. It shouldn't take too long to grind this character out for a new player. I need to be in there anyway grinding these levels out because I want to get all the other stuff from the event. So it's like no sweat off of my back. I got no problem running somebody on some levels that I'm going to be running along the way anyway. So guys, let me know. But I'm going to probably get in there myself tonight and start just getting all the good stuff that this event has to give. But the characters so far have been phenomenal. Just great starting characters. I mean, if you manage to... You're going to get this guy for sure. And if you can manage to pull Albedo or Shaltir, these two are absolutely terrifying units. They're straightforward to build. They're going to have high stats. Just great characters. Trust me, take my word on it. I've been playing them and reviewing them. I'm probably going to make another vid in depth with just this collab's heroes running around, absolutely wrecking everything. And that's my final word on that. So I hope you enjoyed. If you need any help, if you're new to the game, if the Overlord brought you here, leave me a comment, let me know. And yeah, like I said, I'll find you in here and I'll help you run through all that. And you can unlock your Overlordish, I don't know, what, your Overlord hero I'm sure the guy is like a protagonist. I honestly, guys, I need to watch the anime. Real talk, I need to watch the anime because from the scenes that I've seen, I dig it. I dig it because you don't know if he's a bad guy or a good guy. You just don't know. He's this walking skeleton. He's got all this damn power in all the clips that I've seen, but he doesn't sound like a bad guy. He almost sounds like a good guy that has to enforce a bad agenda, maybe. I don't know, but it seems like a very interesting show. And after kind of checking out these characters, I'm definitely going to watch the show. I just need some time to get in there. There's been a few animes that have been put on my list just because of some of the collabs that I've played through in some of these gachas, and I'm like, man, I need to find some more time to get some anime up on the TV. I'm probably going to have a marathon here pretty soon to try to cover some of the collabs that I missed. Yeah, so this is definitely one of them. Great collab. So yeah, guys, the comments are open. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you need any help. If you need any guides for this game, I should still have some of my old ones up. A lot of it still applies, especially when it comes to building troops up, stuff like that. So anybody needs any help, I have no problem dropping some Langrisser vids. I love this game. I'm in here all the time. So shout out to Emerald Gate server, and everybody have an awesome night. Peace.